tropical and severe weather threat in the United States across the next 10 days. So starting off, we have a tropical system that could be forming, that will form actually, that could move anywhere from all the way up to like Nova Scotia, or it could go like major hurricane and hit any of these areas like this, there, or there. And the models before they were showing it being a huge hurricane, but now it's just showing like a little blob. Here, let me see what the other models are saying. The ECMWF model has it as a just clustered storm in the Atlantic. Yeah, but it's not as. I think it's going to be like Matthew Capucci said, it could become a major hurricane, and he said that it is the models are pinpointing the center of the system wrongly, and it could go directly towards there, or even up towards North Carolina where I am, as yeah. Um, Possibly, if it in the right conditions and it goes the right direction, it could reach up to category 4 or category 5 strength. And hopefully it does not. Hopefully it does not do that, because we do not need any more hurricanes up here in North Carolina. It's definitely going to form as a hurricane. And looking at the GFS model, not this. Let's look at the GFS model again. With the actual Atlantic view. So it shows. So right now, it has a system up here, but it shows the system forming by within the next like 5 days. It shows it form. There's a bunch of lows in the tropics and Atlantics, and so it shows it forming is likely a tropical depression, and becomes likely tropical storm or a hurricane off here, and this model, the GFS, is showing it goes northward a little bit. We don't know the degree of this because this is like 7 days out still, which is really far out. But yeah, it shows a pretty strong hurricane in the eastern Atlantic, or western Atlantic actually. Um, 953 millibars, which is really low. Ow. Which means a strong hurricane could be possible. And it shows it curving northward, but like he said there it might not do exactly what the models are saying. And here on the severe weather outlook for today, we have a slight risk in place for Colorado, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. So there is a 2% tornado risk with like possible spin up isolated tornadoes, and I can't look at like what the potential is for that. I think it's just like weak tornadoes anyways, but the HRRR is not working right now. They have a wind risk in place of 15%, and the hail, we have a pretty strong hail risk too. Mesoscale discussion has the peak tornado intensity of 95 miles per hour and peak wind gusts of 70 miles per hour, with a peak hail size at 2.5 inch hail. So they also put out a marginal risk for tomorrow with just multiple isolated pop-up severe storms, and for the Weather Prediction Center. The excessive rainfall outlook for today has a moderate risk of excessive rainfall in place for areas like Wichita, Greensburg, and all of these other areas around in central Kansas and western Missouri and northern Oklahoma, little parts of it. So Wichita is under a pretty big flash flooding risk for today. And here is the precipitable water values for today. There is pretty high values with up to 1.6 inches of water value right now, and later in the day it has up pretty high water values. So we could get major flash flooding today. And the composite reflectivity, let me see if the HRRR is working. I'll just use the NAM. Why not? I think the HRRR is not working. So today it shows large systems moving across the central United States, bringing isolated severe weather and flash flooding risk associated with it. So this is for tomorrow, but there's a pretty big line of storms that will come through with pretty high winds and not hail. Whoa, there's a tornado sounding for tomorrow. Yeah, I actually think this could produce a tornado tomorrow with 94 SRH in the first kilometer and 374 SRH in the 372 SRH in the first 3 kilometers of the atmosphere. What? I mean, I don't.
This is the end of the video.
That's for sure.
Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
There wasn't much I could fit into this as
And
there
then today
wasn't many models I could look at. But as I said, like and subscribe. And I didn't have much time to edit, so there's a bunch of blank space. Bye. Peace out.